Who they want, people, listeners, podcasters across the land. I'm back with my dog, the host, the man himself, the legend, Big Dog. What's up, G?
What's poppin', bro?
We got the beautiful, the lovely Lady Natasha. I said it right there.
Wow, everybody. Yes, yes.
I I got it right. And I'm Jay Tatted.
Hey, everybody. How y'all doing out there tonight?
Well,
No, she was just asking how everybody was doing.
That's
can
all.
continue.
Just want to know how everybody is doing.
all right, but I'm amazing. How y'all doing? What y'all got going tonight?
Just chilling. Happy to be alive. Happy to be here with you guys. You know what I'm saying? Every day above ground is a great day. You know what I mean? It's absorbing life and this wonderfulness. Even though we stuck in this pandemic and don't know where we're about to go again with it. But
Get ready for round 5 with the Delta?
yeah, Delta. Like Delta. I mean, who's naming this stuff? Corona, Delta. You know what I'm saying? Where they get these names from? Damn.
Corona
Like January be beta.
Yeah, right. Damn. You know what I'm saying? So what's you? I spoke to Steady today, Rock Steady. So what was your day like today, Jack?
My day life, honestly.
Break any hearts
I got a
today?
patient
What did you
over here.
do?
I got a patient over here. My wife thinks she got corona.
Oh no.
So yeah. She ain't got no corona though. She got a common cold, but she extra though. Like she
Everybody
really
that got a
extra.
cold think they got the stuff, right? She actually.
I promise. Oh my God. She get one symptom and all of a sudden it's cold.
COVID. No, now it's Delta. She got the Delta. She's gonna tell you it's gonna be the
She
Delta.
you got the new stuff. You got the Delta. We've been in quarantine. We about to put it in the backyard.
What's Delta?
I don't know. It's new.
She probably had the corona like 8 times. She's hypochondriac.
God. What is Delta? Delta is it's something new out already? Corona?
Yeah, you never heard of the Delta?
No, I don't be watching the news. It's too depressing. There's a lot of
Yeah, it is depressing, but you better look at it, bro. Because Delta might be knocking at your door and it ain't gonna be the airlines.
Damn.
You hear me?
Shoot, they got that Delta out.
It's the world crazy. Every other week is some new shit killing me. God damn.
Whatever happened to the murder hornets?
Right, they know what the Hornets. It's just like,
oh my goodness. We ain't talking about the stuff that used to kill you like diabetes. They ain't found a cure for that yet. Yeah, damn.
Nah.
Rest in peace, Biz Markie.
Yes, rest in peace, Biz Markie. Man, he was very humble dude. Very humble dude.
I hope he got the friend zone before he died. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You gotta laugh at that, man.
No, he's out the friend zone. He had a wifey and stuff. So
I really hope so. Yeah.
He came a long way from crying in them dorms, looking through the keyhole. He had a
wifey.
wifey.
He made an for the friend zone. That shit was terrible. All the way in there.
Yeah, man. You know, some people can't accept that friend zone sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Me. Some of us know that well. You know, some of us know that well.
But some people with the friend zone, they actually when is it enough? When do you actually get the picture? Because some people be mistaking that friend zone for actually, they the one zone and they actually just the friend zone. But when do you finally realize enough is enough? Okay, I realize I'm just a friend and ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? This is it.
Mm-hmm. Good question.
You know what I'm saying? Or when you finally realize
one dude a chance that she say she would never get a chance. When you talking to her about list of guys and she tell you this one guy on the list she would never date and she get him the chance before you. Yeah, that's when you realize I'm gonna be in this friend zone forever. Like this.
Right, exactly.
I'm
you
a
ain't
brother
going nowhere. You ain't going nowhere. We friends. This is it. This is it.
She gonna get her heart broken 20 times. You gonna pick her up 21. Like you just.
I will not entertain this conversation.
It is what it is, though.
If the shoe fit, wear it.
Hey,
that's why I don't want to entertain.
Some people
So
like
what's the lineup like, big dog? What you got, man? Tell the people what we got rolling.
Well, what we have tonight is Topic Thursday, where we're going to put a couple of topics on the board and discuss them however who they want Misfits feel to discuss them. That's what we're going to roll with. So our first topic is, should you tell a friend their significant other is cheating? Let's go, Misfits.
You want to take this one first?
I sure enough will tell my friend. Oh, you?
Okay, who? Oh, he want me to.
You see, I got the neck rolling already, so you know what I'm about to say. I got the neck rolling. I'm ready. Yeah, I'm gonna tell my friend.
So you're team yes.
Yeah, team yes.
You know what? I'm team yes myself, just because I know.
Can y'all elaborate why?
Why? Because I stand on loyalty. So I'd rather have, and my friend get mad at me for telling them, I'd rather have lost my friend for being loyal than keep her for being not loyal to her and not telling him or her. You understand what I'm saying? I'm gonna leave with my loyalty. They can kick me aside because I was loyal and trying to look out for them if they want me to. But I'll be damned if I'm staying around and gonna be that friend that's just playing and not telling. I don't get down like that. You know what I'm saying? So yes. And it's, people got to put their big panties on. The truth is the truth. 9 out of 10, they know anyway. They know anyway if their significant other's cheating. They already know before we find out, and stuff. Now I'm actually making it more easier for them to come to the forefront with this. I'm like, all right, look, I already know. We know. So you can stop pretending. I'm telling you we know. And take care of the business now. You know what I'm saying? Just leave the dude or the guy or the girl, whoever you win. But yeah, I'm gonna let my friend know that the significant other is cheating.
What if? Like what if? Let's just say that's their last straw. Like that's their 13th reason. You still letting them know?
What do you mean they 13th reason?
Like, what if that's that one final thing that'll make them push the bucket? Like they're like, fuck it, I'm just gonna off myself. And you know that. Would you still tell them?
Yeah, I would tell them that, but I will be right there helping them and making sure that they don't push that button. Because if it's to that point, you understand what I'm saying? And I will probably have some indication that okay, they're off and they're capable of doing some stuff to themselves. So I'll be prepared. Because you're gonna know if somebody's not right through type of, your friend and not emotionally capable of handling stuff. So I will have myself prepared for something like that. See, my friends, I love my friends to death. When I love hard, whether it's somebody I'm with or a friend. And I'm going to know them. You understand what I'm saying? And if I know I'm about to tell them something that's possibly can mentally destroy them and they can be capable of some things, I'll be prepared for that. And I'll be prepared to help them. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I'm going to tell them. I'm still going to tell them. I'm going to tell them. I can't pacify this for them. You can't. You're not being a friend to pacify and hiding it and putting a Band-Aid on it. You know what I'm saying? The people who love you the most is going to be honest with you, whether it hurts you.
And them true friends. Like, those are the friends are there for the reason. That's there for the reason and not the season. Right. And please welcome Mistress Stazzy to the show, ladies and gentlemen. You feel free to give your thoughts on the topic.
Hey, team.
Man, them the type of friends that don't get no love nowadays.
Who don't get no what?
The real friends, you better try to be a real friend to people. They be like, you a hater. Like, no, I'm not a hater because I'm not telling you everything glitter and gold. Like, no, true friends call you out on your bullshit. But them type of friends that get shitted on nowadays, don't nobody want to hear they doing wrong. Everybody want a yes man in their corner.
No, I don't do the yes man thing. Can't do that. No, sorry. No. I'm a true friend.
Dazzy, would you tell a friend that their significant other is cheating on them? Let's hear you chime in.
Well, in the line of work that I do, I tell people every day that their significant other is cheating on them.
Oh, damn.
So if it was my
friend, Joey Greco ain't got shit on that.
So, Dad, let me ask you something. Can I ask you what line of work you do?
I am a spiritual advisor or psychic, whichever you have it. And so I have constant clients calling me every day with crazy questions. Majority of those questions are, is my man cheating on me, or is he with someone, this, that, and the other? So yeah, that is my every 5-minute conversation.
So let me ask you this. That's amazing. Um, so I can know, I'm not gonna even try to go into craft and ask you like, how do you find the stuff out? If you don't mind sharing, because I'm just wondering, like what do they tell you, and then like what do you tell them that you see? Do you actually tell them that you see certain things in events?
Well, I do tell them I see certain things and I see certain events. It really just depends on how strong that person's energy is.
Mm-hmm.
But for instance, I could tell y'all, I've had one client, she asked me about her husband.
Hello.
And she was trying to figure out if her husband was cheating.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I connected with her energy and I said, yes, I feel your husband is cheating.
Oh,
She said,
okay.
well, how is he cheating? I said, I don't know. I feel like he has these apps and he's meeting women on these apps. He has a sex addiction. Well, we ended that conversation. And the next day, she called me again and was like, you are so right. I went through his phone. I found the app on his phone. He's been cheating
Wow.
with all these women. I kicked him out and
Wow.
all this other stuff. It's honestly been a gift I've had all my life that I just haven't really utilized. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, sometimes with certain clients, it comes as like a suggestion that kind of pops in my head. And I'm like, hey, he has some energy. Like he likes to flirt with women. He's not sleeping around with them, but he does flirt with them. And then
Mm-hmm.
sometimes it's like, no. He's cheating on you, honey. He sneaks them in the house when you're not there. And if you leave your job in about 30 minutes, you can probably catch him in the bedroom with her type of energy. So it really just depends. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Wow. Wow. So like you said, you tell your clients every day. Now these are your clients though. People who come to you for services and everything, and people who you don't have like any type of emotional attachment to. But what about your
Right.
friends?
I tell my friends too because I feel like if I know what's going to happen to you and I don't tell you and I let you go through that hard lesson, then that makes me a horrible friend. So if I
Exactly.
know he's cheating and I could tell you before you reach that heartache, then
Mm-hmm.
why not kind of lace you up so you could
Thank you.
prepare yourself? So, and if that's that one thing, like Jay said, that's gonna push you over the limit. Well, I'm sorry, friend. I guess I'm gonna be talking to your spirit in the afterlife, but
Give
you
you a
can't
nice
say,
eulogy. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give you that damn good eulogy. No, that's not
yeah,
that.
like, look, I'll celebrate at your funeral for you, but you can't say that I didn't tell you so.
Right. No, you're right. You're absolutely right. I agree 100%. You see, Jay?
Oh, nah, she said, talk to her spirit now. I'm like, don't do that. I don't play with spirits. No, no, Jesus.
You don't play with
Mm-mm.
spirits.
I
You
don't
don't
play with
believe in
those
the holy.
people.
You don't believe in the spirit.
Oh, I do. I just don't fuck with them.
Why not?
No, I don't need to talk some shit that ain't here no more. Hell no. Mm-mm.
Why not though? It's but you know what? Let me tell you something. I lost my mother, my brother, and my father, the three closest people to me, and I feel their spirits and I talk to them, so I'm not scared. You understand what I'm saying? But but it depends on the relationship you have with the spirit. And I don't want to get off the topic. You brung it up and stuff, but it's good talking to the spirit.
You don't think that's creepy though? Like I understand people. They be like, they looking down on me. I don't think I want my people looking. First of all, I'm nasty. I don't need my family looking down on me. You
Oh
know what I'm
Lord,
saying?
Emmer, what you doing? Jesus Christ!
You know what I'm saying? I don't,
They looking
I
down on
just
you,
don't.
shaking their head like.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I fuck around, get to the afterlife. They're like, boy, don't hug
Oh,
me.
you don't even ask me to put a recommendation and you ain't getting up here, bro.
See,
Okay.
look, I don't need that. That's a good
But
thought
Boy,
though,
you
but I don't
stupid.
need that.
majority of them already know you freaky though, so they already know what to expect when they
Yeah.
around you.
So let me
No,
ask you
no.
something. Being that you said that, and I hate to get off this topic because we're gonna come back. So you mean to tell me if you in the middle of getting it in and the spirit comes messing with you or something, you just like jumping off and like, hey, yo, like what
I'll
are
be
you
like,
gonna do?
hey, this wrong time. You know what I'm saying? Because you ain't stopping what we got going. Like,
Well, you
that's
see that
not
you
happening.
ain't too afraid of the spirit.
Man, if
That,
a spirit come hunting me and I'm in the middle of something, you just gonna have to watch. I'll communicate with you when I'm
That's what
done.
I'm trying to
But
say.
I'm just like,
Yeah.
sorry.
You know
Hey,
what I'm
look,
saying? Grab a seat.
yeah, have a seat.
This is
I'll be with
amazing.
you in a minute. Cause
Matter of fact, grab that camera. You know, I like being recorded. You know
there you
what I'm saying? We
go.
looking for a camera person.
Go back and tell your friends. Let them all come see. At this point, it is what it is.
oh no, we not to come visit Des. You know.
I mean, please don't. I got enough spirits come see me on a daily basis. Aside from my clients that call and ask me to connect with theirs, and they are intrusive. So yeah, that's.
The
Please don't
spirits
come
are
see me.
intrusive?
They are. They don't have no kind of. I mean, their rules are different than our rules. So
What
yeah,
do
they
they
will wake
do?
you.
I need to know. Like,
They will wake you up out of your sleep. They
just
will
wake you
come
up.
touch
Like, nigga,
you,
get up.
like knock on your door at random. I mean, when I we'd have to have a whole nother subject about what spirits have done and what I've encountered. But
That's very
yeah,
interesting. Yeah,
yep,
we do.
they're very intrusive. I've been woken out of my sleep like by touch, and then I'm like, who is that
What?
standing over me? And they will be
What?
standing over you like, hey, you can see me? Like, yeah, I can see you. What do you want? It's
Wow.
crazy.
Wow. That's the first time. That's interesting. I've never heard nothing like that.
Yeah.
Change your
Being
whole
a
life just
medium
in
is
that
not
conversation.
fun. Being a psychic is not fun. Just to let anyone out there that knows, I love my abilities, but it's not fun.
Like now, being that you said it's not fun, do you find yourself at the end of your task, your jobs and stuff, gotta be like, damn, you know, I need to go talk to somebody. You know what I'm
Um,
saying?
sometimes I do, but I have gotten to the point where I know how to shield my energy. So like after each session that I have with each person, I have to literally like cleanse my energy and reset my energy because my calls and my clients they come in so often to where it's like one moment I have a lady asking me about her husband cheating. The next moment I have a lady that wants me to connect her with her dead brother or her dead
Mm,
parents. So it's like I have to do a constant reset of my energy because when I connect with the deceased, I'm feeling their emotions, their pain, everything that they went through. And so I have to cleanse all that off to then reset and kind of set with the other person. So sometimes I do. I need to talk to someone
mm-hmm.
and be like, "Look, I just had this session with this lady. We cried because I be crying too. You know, they be like, well, what do they say? I'm crying with them as if I knew this person because it's their emotions. And it's like, ooh, sometimes it's unsettling. Like
Mm.
I'm sorry, I'm just taking over. But like I had one lady, she called, and she was like, she didn't give me any tips. She was like, can you connect with my sister? And I was like, well, I feel her energy. She's very sad. She's feel very betrayed.
Mm.
Is she deceased? She was like, yes, she died. I said, well, she feels very sad. Like she wished she would have stayed with you and listened to you. She felt very betrayed. Well, long story short, the sister had got set up by her best friend. When she got there, her best friend said, hey, come chill. When she got there, her best friend had someone there and they murdered her. So I was
Yeah.
able to tell her all of that without her telling me any information. Not only that, but tell her that she felt betrayed and that they sat there and watched her die. Even now telling y'all the story, I'm getting
You were chills.
tears in my eyes because it was
Right.
very connecting to her energy was very traumatic because she felt
Mm.
betrayed. She felt stupid. She felt like she was young. She was really young, like
Mm.
in her 18, you know, and it was just very traumatic for her. So it's like my day can go anywhere from am I going to pass a test to I need to talk to someone that's been murdered. So it's like you got to know how to balance that energy because it could attach to you.
Right. Wow. Well, thanks for sharing that. I just learned a lot and stuff.
Yeah,
Wow.
so spirits could be intrusive. Yeah, they'll watch you have sex, Jay. Oh, he's gone.
Wow.
But they will.
Well, back to our topic. What you're
Yes.
doing is very brave, though. I give you you got my respect because I couldn't do that. Well, back to our topic. Rocksteady, you didn't let us know. What would you do? Would you tell us if your friend is their significant other cheating? Because I know you said plead the fifth, and I want to know. You were quick. You said plead the fifth. I know.
Because I ride or die for my friends.
Right.
And I'm close. And when those type of moments hit me, I'm like, I can't respect, because I live by a certain code or whatever. But when it comes to my friend and their emotions, like, you ain't finna just put them in this position where you finna go out and just cheat. And I catch you in the act of, an attempt of making that. I'm gonna put my friend on game. Like, you need to watch this particular person, guard your heart, because they up to something foul. So I can honestly say, yeah, I'm just telling you, I'm telling your friend. And if it get to that emotional point as we speak of, well, they're like, you know what, I'm tired of relationships, I'm done, this is just it, I'm finna off it. Then of course, me being Clark Kent to Superman, the type of character I am, I'm gonna be that type of guy to try to keep you from falling off that ledge. That's what I do.
Right. There you go. See, my friends, I automatically, my friends who I consider my close friends, I label them as family. You know what I mean? Family. You know. So, and I think I have that privilege to be in a business like that to let them know what's going on because I love them. You know. So yeah, I'm always.
Jay will be joining us momentarily, ladies and gentlemen. So don't think he's out of the show.
I thought a spirit went and tapped on him or something, called him over.
That's probably what happened.
That's probably what happened, right?
They probably was like, "Oh, you don't want to talk to us? Click."
Right.
It's a mess. So before we go into topic number 2, I figure we just try to kick it a little bit until our brother's back on the line with us, so we can get his respective point of view on the topic.
Yeah. So what y'all think about this? 300,000 Dr. Dre's wife getting ready to get a month.
I'm mad about it just because I'm like, bruh, you had every ample opportunity to get rid of her. Way before.
What do you mean by get rid of? Can you define what your meaning of get rid of?
Listen to Michelle. Michelle told the whole thing. She been told him she was no good. She was a gold digger. She was after the check.
Of course, but you know what?
And then she came in the game with the money, so it ain't like she was broke when she got with him herself, because she had her own business. So I'm like,
what business did she have? She didn't have no business. She barely had a lawyer, like a license to practice law.
I thought she had something like maybe
she didn't have nothing.
Okay.
She didn't have nothing but dollar signs in her eyes. That's what she had.
And she proving it now.
Right, yeah, she didn't have nothing at all. Yeah, but you know, she about to get broken up. I knew she was gonna get something though, because there was no way because, you know, yeah, so be it. She stayed around, she took all the beating, she said he gave her and stuff, but there was a reason why she did that, you know. So, and listen, let me tell you, she played her part. You know what I'm saying? She played her part. She did what she signed on to do. You know, she came on, I guess he figured she was a trophy, and she played that role, stayed by his side and stuff. So listen, I mean, 24 years I think they have, so she deserves something. You know what I'm saying? She certainly deserves something and whatnot. But I mean, that whole thing, ripping that prenuptial up in the middle of a heated romantic, you know, night and stuff and everything. I don't know. She should have left that alone, because that just made her look crazy.
Yeah, that's okay.
That made her look crazy. But wow, I mean, there were a lot of people saying she took a loss. Shoot, I'll take that L. That's a good L to take, 300,000 off, and still he got to pay all the expenses for her and her mother's house for living and her health insurance. Yeah. So that was a good L she took.
300K. You talking about that was a good L?
Yeah, good L she took, because she wanted 1.6 million a month, and people saying she took a loss because now all she getting is 300,000.
Yeah,
that's a good L. I take that L.
And they ain't hurting his pockets technically.
Right, sure not. It's not hurting. He got it. And stuff.
Better take this. You better take this $3 million and make it do what it do. Leave me alone.
Well, yeah. I mean, just imagine she's getting $3.5 million a year, and she don't even got to work because that's how much he's got. That's how much it's going to be a year. She ain't got to get. Now she don't get it no more once she married or gets caught up in another domestic relationship. So she better start dodging these dudes. Whoever dude's coming at, she better start playing dodge with them. Like, listen, because you know he is going to be having investigators on her like hotcakes to find out when she's getting in a relationship. He knows because he's waiting to have that check stop.
Absolutely. We're still waiting on you, Jay. We're rooting for you.
I'd become a nun with that money. I would.
Right? A nun, right? I don't need no man no more. Shop clothes. I don't need no man. 300,000 a month? Shoot. And she living in the Malibu house? Shoot. Nah, like you said, yep, become a nun myself. Yeah, man.
Heading over to the comment sections, we have a bonjour from Miss Sheridan Ridges. We see you. Hello to you too. Ain't nobody in the speaking French right now, so merci beaucoup, salutations, and all that good stuff.
Bonjour, bonjour.
Bonjour. What was the comment though?
It was bonjour.
Bonjour. Oh, okay.
She was speaking as. Exactly.
Somebody said, "Who is she?"
That's still her.
What she are you referring to, hon? It said, "Who is she?"
Jay, come back to the show, please.
Wait, I think she said, "I see who she on the screen."
Jay, please.
I'm gonna introduce myself.
I think she might want you to introduce yourself. Go.
Well, I'm Lady Tasha. I'm new here, a new co-host down with Who They Want Entertainment. I'm a misfit, so that's who I am. So that's who she is. Also CEO of the block. You can find me on the block. So that's who she is. Now, do you know who she is? Because we got another she up here.
She's familiar with Dazzy.
Do you know who she is?
Trust me, she's familiar with Dazzy.
Okay, she know who Dazzy is?
Yes.
I mean, you know what? I mean, she knows who she. Like, who she? That's how I'm taking it. She didn't say, "Oh, who's the new person we have up here?" Something delightful. She know who she.
Oh, we have a new face.
Yeah, we have a new face. Welcome. I gotta know who she. That's all. You know what I'm saying? Hop on who this lady.
Misfits sister. That's who that is.
Well, I don't think Jay's coming back to the show. He said he was going. I think his wife feeling too bad, and he's gonna go to the hospital with her.
Oh no!
So let's move on to the topic.
The she I was referring. I can't see because we got the logo on top of it.
Okay,
it says the she I was asking about is who you were talking about. Shake my head.
Well, I'm sorry, hon. It's all about jokes and stuff. I didn't mean nothing. No, I joke a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Who they won't get down.
Okay, so but what she said, who she? Like, I still don't understand who she meant by who she though.
Like the friend that I would save. Who is the friend I would tell if they
cheating?
Okay, if it's related to that, so let's clear that up respectfully.
Okay.
And it's a friend,
like your cousin or your best friend or friend.
And she's female, and I care about that particular person. I'm telling you.
That's the she. Yeah.
Plain and simple.
Yeah. She could be your friend, your mother, your granny, your church member, anyone.
Hold on. We gotta wait. You gotta have some stipulation. Okay, no, I'm just being me. She said church members. I'm pretty sure she'd have been prophesied that was going on.
But you know what? That is crazy. Wait a minute now. Because, both of my parents are deceased. But if it came down to the point where you had to tell one of your parents that the other parents was cheating, would you do it?
I had to go through that experience.
Really?
With my parents. Yeah, to the point where my mom kind of knew, and just so happened she didn't know how to figure it out. And so she enlisted me to help her do her digging. So I had to pull the phone records. Back in the day, you used to be able to go to the phone company and have them pull the records. So we had to pull the records, call the number. So yeah, I had to help my mama find out my daddy was cheating.
So what type of impact did that have with you and your relationship with you and your father?
It had a major impact because my dad, he thought I chose sides, but I really was doing what my mother was telling me to do. So I didn't choose sides. When my mother was wrong, I told her. When he was wrong, I told him, because once my dad got caught cheating, he turned abusive. And so of course I faulted him for that. So it wound up happening to where my mom moved to Houston. So when she moved, she took my two younger siblings and left. Well, my dad had already left the house, him and my older sibling. So who was left out was me. 16 years old, still in high school, working two jobs. I was abandoned by my family. And so I couldn't, at that point, the only parent I had in Louisiana was my dad, but I couldn't go to him to sign papers for me for school, nothing. He would
Because
cook
he had that, he was
barbecues.
still upset.
Right. He would cook barbecues and wouldn't even invite me. He didn't care if I ate, lived, died, nothing. I got into a car accident where I almost died. My mom called him from Houston to tell him I was in a car accident for him to check on me. He told my mom, she told who she wanted to tell, and hung up in my mom's face. Never checked on me, nothing. So it took for me to become an adult now to kind of start building that relationship again. But yeah, him and his whole side of the family disowned me.
Oh man. Oh wow.
So, but I had to be honest. If you're cheating,
You?
you're cheating. You're wrong. You destroyed our family. So I can't, you can't fault me and hate me because you're caught.
True
Okay.
statement.
Gotcha. Wow. Um, Sharon, did you respond to her? Did she? We
Yeah,
was
I was
talking about who
saying.
took the L, huh? You
Yeah,
told
I
her?
was just telling. It was Dr. Dre's wife, right?
Dr. Dre's wife, yeah. They saying she took an L, getting only $300,000 a month for spousal support from him. But I said I'll take that L any day.
For 300K. Like, what are you?
300K a month? Shoot, I'll take that L anyway.
That's a
And
come
stuff.
on.
Yeah. Wow.
So
Thank you for
Dazzy,
sharing that with us, Dazzy.
she was expressing that she's sorry that you went through that to you, Dazzy.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
appreciate
yeah.
it made me a stronger person, honestly. Like at this point now, it's like y'all can't tell me nothing. I had to dig up everything from ground up. Like I didn't have the experiences like my family had. But now, if you look at my siblings, they're still heavily dependent on, needing guidance, this, that, and the other. Whereas I'm out here, thriving. So it's like it did me way better than it did worse.
Well, you know what? I'm glad you was able to pull something out to make you stronger and build you up, out of that, because that's rough. I don't know what I would have done. I was such a spoiled brat and a mommy's dad, a mommy's girl and a daddy's girl. I don't know. I know I would have told my mother, but I don't know how I would have handled it like you handled it.
And
You
it
know what
was
I'm saying?
crazy because we were spoiled too. Like before that, we had everything. Like my daddy, like we always was the kids that had the newest everything. Spoiled to the T. So as soon as my daddy got caught, we lost everything. So it was like a big slap in my face. I'm like, I get no money no more, no nothing. You don't even care if I'm living. Like I've never had to have love ripped away from you so quickly, especially
Right.
from someone that birthed you. Like
Right.
you
The
lose from
nourishing
a
part.
baby,
Right.
So that was crazy, but it is what it is.
Right.
Absolutely.
Study, can you read that? I want to make sure I'm reading that right.
Okay, Sheridan says she never had those issues growing up in a house of polygamy.
Yeah, I want to make sure I was reading that right.
Yeah, you read it correctly. So let's approach this.
So, never had those issues growing up in a house of polygamy. I don't even know what to say.
I can see that though, because instead of cheating, there's no secrets because
Yeah,
she's in
there
the
you go.
household too. So we sister wives. So it's no sneaking around. So I don't have to get mad. And I'm sure the sister wives had an understanding. So I feel like for people who could be in a polygamous relationship and make that work, I mean, it takes some strength to make that work, that dynamic work. But kudos for them if they can make that work and rock it out. Kudos, because they say it's better to have a bigger family. Sometimes.
I'm too jealous for a polygamy relationship. I'm too jealous. I couldn't. I couldn't handle it. I couldn't. No, I'm too jealous. I need all the attention. I just can't. I wouldn't be able to do that.
Well, if that's the case, then get in a polygamous relationship where you have multiple men, and then you're gonna be the one with all the attention.
I'm gonna need you not to trade her into that life. No.
Well, I'm saying there's other dynamics than just the husband with multiple.
But do you know what? Let me tell you something. For women, I mean, multiple men. But sometimes that's what we have to do just to get the right one. We have to just get like 6 or 7 of them. You know what I'm saying? With one quality each till we build that right, correct dude and stuff. But I guess it's but no, I couldn't do polygamy. I'm so like I grew up in a house where my mother and parents was together forever. You know what I'm saying? So I'm used to seeing that foundation. The mother, the father, the husband, the wife, the respect, the loyalty and stuff. So I just couldn't do it. No, I couldn't do. I'm not a cheater at that either.
She says by her being poly, she's drowned in the attention.
You drowned in the attention. So you have multiple men. That's what you're saying.
Polygamy and polyamorous. I hate that word. Polyamorous are totally different lifestyles. Two different lifestyles.
Well, yeah, okay, yeah, they are. Because polygamy, I guess you just have like one, like usually the man who has like a flock of women who's just his, and they all just together in this whole family, and they're good with it. But the other one, and I can't get it off my tongue either. Polyamorous, stuff. That means they just open to do whatever relationship, to see whoever relationship with. But I think that goes 2 ways though. It's just not one person sitting there. Or one person. Only one of one person allowed to have multiple relationships.
Yeah.
It goes both ways.
And it's different dynamics. It's like, okay, you could be a couple and we date together as a couple, meaning we're looking for a wife to join us. And then it could be, you date separately and I date separately. We're married. We're poly. I date my people separately. You date your people separately. So it's like a whole bunch of rules and, different things that go in it. But yeah.
But see, I'm gonna get offended. That's what I'm saying. I couldn't do it because I'm gonna get offended if my man want to bring somebody else up in the bedroom. Because that's basically what that is. Because I'm sure that's how it be going down with them.
But if the shoe was on the other foot and you want to bring someone else in the bedroom.
No, I'm not like that. It's only 2 people I need in the bedroom. Me and the other person. That's it. Because first of all, I don't do the female thing. I'm not into females. And second of all, I'm not into having, another dude in the bedroom with me and a dude I'm with, especially, some couples like that, but I'm not like that. And first of all, I'm thinking what my man going to think of me. You know what I'm saying? Because something's going to change with the train of thought that he has with you. Once you step on a level like that, I don't care what nobody said. You know what I'm saying? You can be in a relationship with your man for 10 years. And if you decide, okay, we've been together, let's spice it up. And he said, well, let's bring somebody in the bedroom. We can be like, okay, well, can I bring a dude? And if he's agreeing to that, I think he's like really testing you to see what you're going to do. And if you do it, he's going to be looking at you sideways. Because I know I'll be looking at my man sideways if he just even asks me and think. Because ain't nobody coming up in the bedroom with us.
Awesome. Good points. Which will thank you, Sheridan, for helping us to open up on our second topic then, which is it good to meet someone incarcerated and start a monogamous relationship with them? Let's get your take on that, Sheridan, since you're tuning in the audience. One of y'all can feel free to open it up till she responds.
Hell to the no no. To the double no 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 no. No no.
So you wouldn't
Yep.
hold little Jimmy
Oh,
down.
she done wrote a thesis for us.
Okay, let's jump to the comments, ladies.
She done wrote a thesis. Let's see what she said. Oh, she's still on.
Okay, people poly how they
Oh, she's still on
want,
the
but in a this what that word. Okay, polygamy. People, but in a polygamy lifestyle, the females aren't sexually involved, and the man can only marry as many females as he can take care of.
Yeah, that's chopping into my funds. I don't want nobody chopping into my funds. You know? How the fuck you monogamous with it? There's people that do it. There's people that do it. There is people that do it, hon. You don't watch Love After Lockup? You don't watch Love After, and these are real people. You don't see what Daniel's going through with that chick Nicole right now? Shoot.
Yeah.
That's just sad, honey. Oh no. Let me tell you something. Nicole did the switcheroo quick. She did the switcheroo quick. She didn't even wait. They was driving in the car after he picked her up from the gate, and she switched up. She didn't even wait. She didn't give him a week. She just switched up. And he bought all this lingerie, and he's like, "You got to put it on, right?" Oh shoot. Yeah, but they do it. They do it. I couldn't personally do it. No, I can't. Like, first of all, I don't care if I'm meeting this person through a third party or somebody who I already know, or a lot of people who just go on they got a prison site that they're allowed to go on to meet these people. They're going to meet them there, which I just don't understand. Because, like, what are you meeting? But I just
charges.
couldn't do it. Right? You meeting their charges? You meeting a mugshot? You meeting, like. I couldn't do it. Like, what are you getting out of it? And people be in relationships with people for years, and then they wind up getting married to them. I'm like, first of all, you with this person, and you starting to develop feelings for this person, and I'm talking about the person who's not like the person who's not incarcerated. You're developing feelings for this person that's incarcerated, and 9 out of 10, and I'm sorry to say, when it's a guy, he has 1,000,001 other girls that he's doing the same thing with. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they all sit in a circle because everybody knows somebody that was incarcerated, and they'll tell you the story. They all sit in a circle with their yellow paper, writing their notes, comparing their notes, telling one another what to say to mail it to these females and stuff. But like, what about the intimacy? You can't decide to be monogamous with someone when you have not been with that person personally. There's no intimacy. You don't even know what it feels like. You don't even know if it's good. You know what I'm saying? And sex is a major part in a relationship. So then to call yourself monogamous with somebody that's locked up, like, what are you getting out of that? I couldn't do it. I just couldn't.
Conjugal visits.
Yeah.
Conjugal visit? No.
I should have just skipped this episode because y'all bringing up everything I've been in. Like,
Okay.
So, but listen. So you've been in a relationship with somebody that was a monogamous relationship.
well,
But listen. Let's clarify it. I'm not talking about somebody who you knew and then they got locked up. I'm talking about somebody who you never knew. They've been locked up for like 5 to 10 years. You meet them while they locked up, and then you fall in love with them. That's what I'm talking about.
well, I wouldn't be able to do it. Why? Because I have a very, I have needs that are very high than average, and I can't wait. So,
Right.
but my sister went on that Write an Inmate website, and she got a pen pal.
Pen pal, because that's what they are, pen pals.
Illinois, who was arrested. He's a big drug dealer, got arrested. He's doing life. He's not getting out. They've been communicating for a long time. Well, he was in there talking about my friend need a friend. So my sister gave this pen pal my number.
Wow.
Never known, didn't know. She didn't even tell me. She didn't warn me. I just got a random call from prison. And so I answered it because, I just answer calls because of the way I work. And me and this guy, we are now pen pals, I guess you could say. Our birthday wound up being the same day. He's in jail for murder for a bank robbery. But we have built a friendship just from us talking. And it's good for him because he don't have anyone to talk to. His family abandoned him, whatever. So it's nice. But I could see how people could build a relationship from that. Me personally, he's not looking for a relationship. We're just really friend level. But I could see how someone could build something like that, just having conversations every day, building that emotional connection. But as far as being like monogamous with them, I would be lying. Every time I answer the phone, I'm like, yes, babe, I'm with you. I love you. You're the only one I'm seeing. And then once I hang up the phone, I'm going to have lunch with, Ben or whatever his name is, because I can't be single. And then if you get out, I'm be looking stupid because I'm like, dang, I'm going to have to tell Daryl and Ben, I got
I'm
X
home,
rays.
boo.
And then who's to know what you doing in jail? You might be sleeping with some whole dude. You might be gay for the stay, and I didn't know. So it's like
Oh, so you
it
telling me
goes both
Rodney
ways.
was
Like you
riding a
being
pack of peanut
monogamous.
butter before he came home?
I'm saying if the man in there for 30 years, like, is he really going
He gonna
30
crack. He
years
gonna crack. You
without
know what I'm saying?
something?
Yeah. He gonna crack if he's been locked up for 30. I'm sorry. He's gonna crack. Yeah, you're right. I
Yeah,
don't care what nobody says. Some fellas gonna get mad when they hear me say that.
Yeah, you done got somebody for a pack of smokes. Like, don't lie.
He done bent over for something. You know what I'm
You done
saying?
bent somebody over for something. You owe me some bags of chips. Bend over. Drop your
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but I get what you're saying. You know what I mean? To have a relationship, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? You want to have a friend you write back and forth to. But I just still think it's totally impossible to develop relationship emotions and intimacy, feelings for a person when they love, because that's what comes a part of a relationship. You know what I'm saying? So I just think anybody who does that, they have big insecurity issues. They do. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel, because just like I said, this person you do not know, you just met them. You're not with them. The only time you can be with them physically, and that's supervised, and you have boundaries theirs. So I mean, where's the bonding coming at? Besides writing and phone calls, and it's much more into a relationship than that. And then to say you're monogamous, because I know females that's in relationships with dudes that they just met and never been with personally, and they have these long relationships, and then they get into arguments and everything. I'm like, how are you getting into an argument with somebody that's locked up? I don't get it. How you
What are y'all
getting into
writing
an
angry
argument?
letters
What
to
are
each
y'all
other?
arguing about in this relationship?
You
He's
sending
locked up.
angry letters with all capital letters?
Right. Like, how do you go from having a pen pal, okay, and you're writing back and forth and stuff, and now you developing a relationship and feelings for this person, you're going to call yourself a relationship, and now you're getting in arguments?
Yeah.
Like, how does that happen? Like, what can you possibly be arguing about? And then you got the females that worry about, okay, I got him mad. He hasn't called. He hasn't called. Like, really? You mad because he hasn't called? Are you serious? Like,
Mhm.
I just don't get it. Like,
That
that's
dating while
no.
lockup life is crucial, ladies and gentlemen. So let that be a lesson. Find you somebody that you can see, touch, smell, taste on the regular. Stop looking for
And
somebody you gotta
listen,
wait 30 to 40 plus years, don't know what you coming home to. Just saying.
right, and listen, I'm not knocking it. I'm not knocking it. You know what I'm saying? But what I am, you want to get close with somebody, you meet somebody in prison, you get them, you speak to them, you write, and you start developing, feelings for them. But slow it down. Wait till they get home. Hopefully they got a release date. You know what I'm saying? Wait till they get home to see how it's going to pan out, because that's when the truth is really going to come out, when they get home. You know what I'm saying? When they get home. All that stuff when they locked up, sending the cards and the letters and the baby this, and they always calling you, like clockwork every day and stuff and whatnot. That's all in good, because that's what's warming you. But when they get home, they hit them streets. It's gonna be a different story.
I mean, listeners, if y'all lived through that, please, by all means, let us know, because I would like to know how that happened and how that dynamic, worked out for y'all. But I mean, would that be kind of like you dating someone that's in the army, that's gone, that's been deported for so many years, and then you gotta wait and be faithful until they come back, and
That's to me,
That's
that's a whole
definitely
different
different.
situation. Because first of all, he's over there defending the country, defending me, so he deserves a little bit more credit than that. So yeah, I'll be a little bit more open to that. You know what I'm saying? But somebody that's in prison, no.
They weren't taking robbery charges for you to make sure
Yeah.
you were straight. They was just being stupid on something ignorant. So.
No, somebody that's in prison who I haven't met and I don't know that, and that's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? I'm not saying somebody you knew and they got locked up and you knew them for a long time and stuff, and and you can vouch that they do have some character, some decent character, because you don't know these people. You just you don't know if they have decent character or not. You got to be with them. You got to be around them. You got to get that physical, personal vibe with them, and not locked up. Because vibe with them, they out in the environment around everybody else. You got to see if they're gonna put you first. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And it's just no. To me, like I said, that's a big insecurity issue. And then, I know a lot of females, a couple of females like that that's going through that. Like, look, my nephew, he's incarcerated. I mean, he got chicks fighting over visits. They sitting on visits with one another, and I'm like, but I mean, at least he's pointing it out there, and they know.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the situation, but these get into a monogamous relationship. No, I get into a relationship. Period. No, and let alone monogamous. Hell to no now.
Yeah.
No.
I'm loving the show tonight, guys. We're having incredible conversations with incredible audience feedback. I love it. So we're gonna send our get well wishes to my main man Jay Tatted as he deals with his health issues with his wife and all that. So we wish you could have. We would have loved you to chime in on that conversation, because that level of Jay Tatted, as it could tell you, would have made that the butter, the cream, and the whole cherry on the top in that conversation.
Maybe when we come back and revisit it when he's available one day. You know what I'm saying?
We are not going back to this topic. I refuse.
You refuse?
We're not gonna drag that out of the mud.
What? Let it go.
Rest in peace, topic. Rest in peace.
So continuing on with topic Thursday, I got a special topic from one of our fans. The Fruit has given this topic for us, and it's entitled, "Why Being Freaky Still Won't Get You Wifed When You're Pushing 40. Where did we go wrong in this relationship that I haven't received marriage?" As freaky as this person can get and still haven't received marriage, and they pushing 40. How would y'all approach this one? Go.
Well, you got to look at who you picking around to get freaky with, honey. Like what type of dudes are you picking? And it's not all about the freakiness. If you're looking for marriage, the qualities you should be looking at is the type of character the person is, what values that person have, and what that person themselves is looking for. Because evidently, they might not, everybody you messing with and getting freaky with, and I don't even say everybody and label her or label him or her like that, whoever this is. Well, it must be a female because you say wife. But it all depends on who are you giving your time to. You understand what I'm saying? And how you're carrying yourself. Because I noticed you said freaky. So if you're carrying yourself as a freaky person off the back to these men, you know what I'm saying? That's what they're going to treat you, like a freaky person. They're not going to look at you as a wife first. They're going to look at you as a freaky. So when your first interaction with these people, these guys, is like, what are you presenting yourself as?
Right. I mean, to be a wife, you have to have certain qualities. So first you got to be like, okay, am I presenting wife qualities? And you can't present wife qualities to everybody. You have to present that to someone that deserves it. And first, it got to be someone that wants
that part. Exactly.
Like if they don't want a wife, don't be wifing up, being a wife to someone that don't even want a wife. You wasting your time. You will never be a wife.
Only 2 relationships in 25 years.
Ooh.
Really, with the ooh?
I'm hoping the second relationship, are you still there with the person, or? I mean, I hope there was long relationships. Sometimes it's like that. Sometimes it's like that, and everything. But you got to shock these men. You know what I'm saying? You meet these men, and if you interested, and you trying to get that wife label or title, and you really like the person, you gotta present yourself as that wife. You know what I'm saying? And then when you get into the bedroom, you switch it up and surprise them. Because that's what every man wants. They want a lady in public and a freak in the bedroom. That's the wife. Not, they're not a wife is not a freak in public. You know what I'm saying? And the wife at home. No.
She said she did all that when she was a teenager. She played the wife role as a teenager.
Well, I don't blame you.
No, honey, you wasn't playing a wife role. Not as a teenager. Because as a teenager, I'm sorry, you don't know what a wife to being a wife is. I'm respecting the fact that you was in a relationship when you was a teenager, but it wasn't a wife role and stuff. That was more of like, I'm not downplaying your relationship at all, but it wasn't a wife role. Being a wife is just something totally different, and it takes a certain type of maturity at that. It's so as far as being a husband as well.
True.
Why being freaky still?
That's still the topic. Yes. I'm loving it.
And see, you giving up the cookies too fast. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Because when you said why, she said why being freaky still won't get you wife when you pushing 40. Where'd it go wrong? See, let me tell you something, honey. Okay, I'm telling my age because I'm 40 plus. When you get to 40, you at that part in your life where I don't give a F. So if you're 40 and you're worrying about this right now, there's something, stop worrying about being wife. It ain't nothing wrong with you because you're not wifed up yet. When you get 40, you're supposed to be having fun. You know what I'm saying? And you're supposed to be living your life. And matter of fact, when you get 40 and you're 40, your sex drive get even more crazier. So I can understand what you're saying about the freaky part, but long story short, with one guy, he went to prison while I was in prison. Well, while he was in prison from another relationship. When prison 1 got out, went back to prison 1. Okay, somebody want to translate that to me?
The long story.
I get where she's coming from. Like, I understand. I feel you. Our stories kind of, well, not the dating prisoners and stuff part, but the surviving the sexual abuse and all of that, not knowing how to attract a man. I understand that because I've been there. I've mentored people that have been there. But if you're trying to attract someone as a wife, when you're trying to present yourself as a wife to someone, you have to present your qualities, your heart, your energy first before you present your sex. It's like if you're cooking a meal and you're inviting them over to eat, you're not going to give them the dessert first. No, I'm about to show you that I could cook you I could cook you some gumbo. You want some fried chicken macaroni, you want some sweet potatoes, you want some smothered pork chop. Like, I'm showing you the meals I could create for you, the life I could build for you, my support that I can help lift you up first before I'm showing you my goodies. Now, when you get my goodies, you're going to appreciate that way more because you already know the benefit I have in your life. So it's hard sometimes when you've been abused because you're taught and you're treated as if your body is the only thing that someone can see value in you.
Right.
So it's a mental thing. But you have to change that mental thing first to start attracting something different.
And that goes back to what I said earlier. Anybody who seeks to meet somebody that's incarcerated and start a monogamous relationship, there has to be something that's going on. Rather it's insecurities. In this person's situation, it was abuse in the past. So there's something going on, because you just don't do that. Because anybody who wants a successful relationship and wants to really be genuinely loved, they're going to want the whole shebang. They're not going to settle to have something in between them, a bar, bars, a prison bars, and a life sentence, and everything. So they settling for 15 hours. Seriously. I was saying some that, but baby.
It's really all a mental thing. Like, you can change anything.
You want to read that, Steady? I'm sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead, Dancy.
I'm just saying, like, to change, you could change everything. Like, if you change your mind. Like me, I'm about to be 30. My birthday's coming up. I have been proposed to so many times. I done had so many engagement rings. It's funny, but at the end of the day, I walked away from that because I knew that marriage wasn't it wasn't gonna build anything. Like, I can make you happy, I'm very good at molding myself to be everything you need. But at the end of the day, you also got to be what makes me happy. So I walked
Mm-hmm.
away from those engagements and this, that, and the other, realizing you're not going to make me happy. And why sign this paper and commit myself to you if I'm then going to be looking for something else or my happiness from somewhere else? So I present myself as wife material every day. But I mean, it's like you have to, it's deeper than that. You have to have a connection. And those
Right.
men have to see that within you. Like when I walk into a room, not saying anything or being cocky, but I hold myself to a certain standard. So people already look at me like, okay, is she approachable? Is she not approachable? So it's like you have to hold yourself to the standard of the type of men you want to attract. If I want to attract a thug hood nigga, then I'm gonna be ratchet with what up. You know, that's what I'm trying to attract. But if I'm trying to attract the CEO or something, then when I walk into a room, I'm gonna walk in with the air of that importance to attract someone with that importance. You know,
Mm-hmm.
if that makes sense. I don't know.
No, it makes perfectly good sense.
Absolutely. Respect. That's one thing
It's
about
not all about
us
the
having
ring
that
though.
judgment free.
If I was 40 and I was single, I'm gonna be freaking with who I want to be freaking with. I don't
And I
even
ain't
need that
man.
paper no more. Sometimes that
Exactly.
paper is a headache.
That's what I'm trying to say. You know, what that paper worth? That paper ain't worth nothing.
That'd be
You
a
know?
headache.
You know?
Mm.
Yeah. Enjoy that freak life.
I'm not, she been with she's been with this person since she was 15 and been with only one other person in another relationship. If she's not wifey material, she don't know what classifies a wife as a wife, is what she's saying.
Well, at that point, give him an ultimatum and say, "Where my ring at, nigga?" Excuse my language, but shoot, I've been with you since I was 15. I dedicated my life to you. Why haven't you given me a ring yet? Because now it's not a problem with you; it's a problem with him.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, I got an issue. I got something to say about that. I don't mean to cut you off, okay? Because I'm not gonna count being with somebody at 15 and trying to say where's my ring at years down the road. You know what I'm saying? Okay, if you're still together years down the road, like and you're in your 30s, that's what she meant to say? Does she say now that they grown, they've been here since they was 15?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's X out the ages, the time frame from when they was between 15 and 21. Okay,
Gotcha.
we can't count those. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Because that's the foolery fuckery time. That's when stuff is going back and forth. Some people, they was young. Let's talk about the adult years. Those are the years you gotta count. You gotta count what was this man doing to show you when he was a man that he's a man. What was he doing as a grown up, as an adult? So and I mean, if you think you deserve to be a wife, and he's not, giving you what you're looking for, then is he what you looking for? Point blank, period. Because you're looking for a husband, evidently, and he's not trying to be it. I'm pushing
Yeah.
40. Now he's 53. Now you see, now there's another issue. You know what I'm saying? Because that means you're telling me you're pushing 40 now, and he's 53. So when you was 15, this man was damn near 30. So that whole thing, he was something wrong with him, boo. You understand? Because he was nothing with a 15-year-old. This the same person? I don't want to start talking out of terms of right.
Yeah, you're on the right track.
That's something's wrong with him. That means something's been wrong with that man because, honey, you was a child. You was a child, and I'm saying this. I'm trying to say this in the most sensitive way. And he was. So let's do the math. He was what, 13 years? No, not even 13 years. 13 years older than you. So you're 15. He's 28. He was a grown behind man messing with a child. So that means something was wrong with him back then. So that's why you're not wifey yet. Because he wasn't looking for a wifey then when he was messing with you. And yes, and I have a sick life.
I mean, it's a lot that goes into a dynamic of everyone's relationship and what makes someone go through something. I mean, because like she said, she has a history of sexual abuse, which is probably
Right,
what made her start looking
right.
for an older man or accepting the love from an older man. There, someone's father probably wasn't, in the life. If your father isn't around, then you start looking for that father figure
Of course.
in an older man. And of course, the first thing he wants is your body. So you give him that, you give him your life, and then all those things, come into play with everything. So it's a lot that goes into that dynamic. But now, as an adult, it's like we're adults now. It's time we put those things behind us and we start looking at what we are building now. And if I've given you my whole life, I mean, even at the years of 15, I wouldn't
You
discount that,
stop.
because if I gave you my virginity and I gave you my life and all this and that, and I gave you a kid and all that, yeah, I need something. And if he's not giving you that commitment, girl, at 40, leave him and go find Stella where she got her groove back.
Did you just see this last comment here, honey? Like, I gotta go get a drink because this just took a
Go
twist
ahead.
for me.
Go
I
ahead.
gotta
So
go get a
I have a
drink because
question.
this just took
Is
a
your
question.
uncle the one that abused you as a kid? And is that why you are with him now?
Mm. Mango. You gave us a great showrunner.
Now my psychic senses are tingling.
Okay,
I'm
Mango.
sorry.
I need to know.
No, girl, you just turned us into Young and the Restless tonight. Wait, let's take it back. As the world turns, I ask who they want turns.
So, okay. So basically, what I'm getting from this, and I'm going to put this together here. She's been abused since she was a child. Okay. And now the person who abused her when she got 15 manipulated her to think they was in an actual relationship. Okay. And now they still got something sexually going on. And this person all this time is her uncle. Not that the same abuser. His brother was married to my mother, making him my. Got you. Okay.
Oh, girl,
Got you.
specify. You
Okay. Got you. Thanks for clearing that up. Got you. I mean, it's still a grimy situation. It's still a sick situation because at the end of the day, when all of this happened, you were still a child, and we still talking about a grown ass man. So no matter how we look at it, remove this person, that person, twice in the family, whatever, we still looking at, a man was messing around and abusing a child. And he manipulated this child to think when she got to that age of being a teenager, looking for actual love and relationship, that they was actually in a relationship just so he can continue abusing her and having sex with her. Okay. And now here she's a grown woman pushing 40, and she still can't distinguish that this man was just a pig and a beast, and he was never for her.
Exactly. And it continues. Abuse, when someone has gone through that kind of abuse, that stuff is with you for lifelong. And
But
it
I'm sorry,
is.
go ahead, Jazzy. I'm sorry.
Oh, I was just saying, like, that stuff, it sticks to you lifelong. But you
Okay, but see
deserve
what I was
better.
gonna say. I'm sorry, was you fin? I'm sorry, go ahead.
No,
I'm
go
sorry,
ahead,
boo.
sweetie. Go ahead. That's it. I was just saying she deserved better. You deserve
Right,
better.
she definitely deserved better. And what I was gonna say, for her to come on this platform now to be putting that out there, she knows that something's wrong. Do you understand what I'm saying? So now you have to find it in you to take that control and fix it. And you know what I'm saying? And you're gonna rather if you have to go out because this the help for this. There's a lot of tools down here on in this world, and you have to get help because basically, I get it. You need help. You know what I'm saying? You need help. You got to go speak to somebody because you're coming on discussing this because you know right now you're unhappy. You've been unhappy for all your life, unfortunately, and now you're an adult and you're realizing it, and you know there's something. You see the wrong that's going on here, but now you got to try to like only you can fix this. You got to try to find that power in you to fix it. And walk away because I mean you're not going to get nothing. You're giving this man too much control. You got to try to get that control and just have power over your whole situation and walk away from this and just try to get some help.
Okay. She says, that's true about the grown man comment. I just always felt stuck. Like was the things I did sexually was the only way that she was able to get the man?
I get it. I totally get it. And because, like I said, this goes back because she was abused as a child. You understand what I'm saying? And that emotionally and mentally had an impact on her. So I totally get it. But, you know, it's hard to say, you know, I guess it's easier to say you have to let go and try to move on, but you do. You have to because you're pushing 40 and you got so much more life ahead of you. And for you to come on and to be discussing this and you're feeling a way about it, you know there's something wrong. So you're on the right path. You know this isn't right. You've been knew it wasn't right. You know, so only you can change it. I give you that pass when you was a child. When you was a child, mentally you didn't know what was going on and everything. You didn't have the capacity to think, okay, you was probably blaming yourself 9 out of 10. You understand? But now you a grown woman going on 40. You have to start taking ownership of your part. And your part is that you're giving this man too much power. You gave him the power of the first half of your life and the childhood, and that's because you basically have really no choice. You're a grown woman now. You have that choice. And I'm not trying to be insensitive to your situation. I'm trying to just help build you up. You know what I'm saying? Put your big girl panties on, and you have to take control of it and take ownership. You're like, what am I doing wrong?
There's a lot of things that you could actually do to get through this and get over this. But the first thing you have to do, for one, is work on yourself. Don't focus on him. Don't focus on what he's doing. Don't focus on if he loves you or not. You have to learn how to be what you want in yourself first. If you want to have love, you have to first learn how to love yourself.
Love yourself.
If you want to have the strength to endure things, you have to first be strong for yourself. So you have to change that total mentality first before you can even start fixing the issues that's within the relationship.
Right.
Like there's stuff that needs to be healed. Like clearly there's still some emotional scars that you still have from when you were a child that you probably haven't even dug up and faced yet. They're probably still buried under walls that you have to dig up. You got to face those demons.
And you have to understand, the most important thing you got to understand, this type of relationship, these issues can't be fixed. Because we're talking about we're talking about a child molester. A child molester. And 9 out of 10, he's probably still doing it to other little girls. You know what I'm saying? So this is the issue in a relationship where the issues can't be fixed. You're going to have to take ownership, and you're going to have to, like Daddy said, you're going to have to start finding that self-love and building your own self up.
Right. So let's get to the comment where she says, what do I actually do? P.S. I have a mental issue as well, so I feel like sometimes she can't do it.
Like I said, there's tools. You know what I'm saying? I mean, right now you're coming onto this platform looking for help. And unfortunately, we over the internet. If I was there next to you right now, I'll try to give you the biggest hug and give you the help. You have to go get help. You have to go get help. Therapy
She's been my best friend for over 10 years, so I know her personally.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you have to go get help. You have to. That's where you have to start. Don't think therapy is something bad. Therapy is nothing bad. Let me tell you, I had to go to therapy when my brother passed away. You know what I'm saying? Those tools are put here for us, for people that's going through every aspect you can think of in life. So, I mean, and when and once you go to therapy and get fixed, you're gonna start winning. That's gonna help you win.
Absolutely. I knew since 5 that older men just gravitate to me, and all I ever knew was sex, love. I don't know what else to do. Therapy, meds.
Right. And it's sad because that's telling me that, oh gosh, and I hate to say it, that's telling me that the adults that you had in your life just wasn't really caring. and that's very important when you have children. You got to be mindful of who you having around your children. You know what I mean? You can't just let anybody around. And she's saying that all the men gravitated to her when she was 5 years old. Who was? I mean, who was like around her? You know what I'm saying? Well, the mother, the father. Who was around her to see like these people, these men, like
pivotal people that should have been there
right.
to be defense. Like she had no defense mechanism at all from this storyline.
Well, I
No,
mean, my
no, but
abuse started when I was 4, and my parents was present. My parents, both of them, was very strong in my life, but that still didn't block me from, being abused as a child. So, I mean, sometimes it's just the luck of the draw. Like, your parents will be extremely present, but then something happens. Or that one time they say, hey, you can go spend a night at your friend's house. We know their parents, we know they're trusting, but then you never met their older brother. And, so sometimes your parents can't fix an issue.
Yes, Mango, I'm
yeah,
gonna
I mean
give you
that's
your
true. No,
credit.
no, they can't fix the issue if they don't know. And that's why it's so important for parents at the tender age of 2, just trying to start communicating with your children. You know what I'm saying? On the level that you can communicate with, they can understand. No, this ain't right. You understand what I'm saying? If you have to use flashcards with them because they 2 or 3, let them know, hey, if somebody touch you down there, that's not right, and you come tell me. You have to like instill this into them. You know what I mean? Just for situations like this. You have to have those talks. Because I know a lot of parents, they try to wait till their kids get certain age to have that so-called birds and the bees talk. But no, you got to, with these crazy people in this world today, you got to start trying to, incorporating that in an early age. And on a level where they can, even if they 2 and 3, you have to talk to them where they can understand, like, no, being touched down there is a no. Nobody's supposed to touch you down here except for me or your father, if we're helping cleaning you or whatever. And as they gradually get older, you start explaining to them in different formats and different ways so they can understand. You have to. Because now you talking about
Well,
this baby, she was
even then, you
5 and you
can't
said
even
you was
say.
4. I'm sorry, what you say? Jazzy?
Oh, I was saying, even then, like, you can't even say me and your father, because I watch Steve Wilkos faithfully every day. That used to be my show, and sometimes it be the own daddy that done been there and abused the baby, and it be their own kid, and it's their own
It,
father. So at this point,
and it starts with the
with my
mother.
daughter, because I have a little girl, and I was a helicopter parent with her. Like, she's 9 now, but as a parent, I was very hands-on helicopter parent. If something was weird, or she was acting weird, I'm like, who was around her? I'm ready to fight. I'm ready to
Mm-hmm.
kill. Like, because I lived through it, and I kind of, knew what to look for and stuff. But I
Mm-hmm.
mean,
Mm-hmm.
she wanted to go spend the night at people's house. No, you're not going to nobody's house. We're not having no sleepovers. You don't even have friends at this point. Like, mama, your only friend. We don't do
Right.
friends. Like, I'm strict, because people can't be trusted, and this world is even crazier
Can't.
than it
You
was when
can't.
I was a kid.
Right. You can't. Oh man, you can't. Don't get beat for telling that for just touching you, but okay. I get it, honey. I get it. You was a young child, and like I'm saying, I'm giving you that pass. When you was a young child, you was a baby. You didn't know what to do. You were scared. You was afraid, and like I said, you was probably blaming yourself. So I'm fast forwarding to now that you telling me you pushing 40. Okay, you have to start taking ownership of what you're doing now. You understand what I'm saying? That's making you unhappy and still keeping you in this unhappy place and still making you live in your past.
What it seems like, though, is your parents probably had some mental illness as well.
Of
Because why
course,
are
of
you
course. Oh,
beating your
definitely.
child if they're saying that they're being abused? Shouldn't you want to investigate? I'm sure one of your mother or your father probably your mother, I'm feeling mother, probably was abused as a child too. So she's doing to you what she learned. I mean,
And she's still worried about, okay.
it's a
You're
lot
not
of
going to be, you're
miscommunication.
never, okay. I want you to listen to what you're asking me, asking us. You're asking why, after all of this time, you're still only a freak and not a wife. You're never going to be a wife of somebody who is a child molester, a sex pedophile. Or, no, you're never going to be his wife. You never. You have to realize and understand this. That's never going to happen. And if you have enough,
let me rephrase it. You're never gonna be a wife until you heal yourself.
exactly.
You can't give a broken woman over to a man. You have to heal yourself first before you could take on that wife role, because being a wife is hard.
But she's still worrying about being a wife to this man, this pedophile, this person who was abusing her. And that's the sad part about it. That's the sad part. So what you said,
Focus
Dazzy,
on
is
being a
absolutely
whole
correct.
person first. Become a whole person.
Right.
Mhm.
You're never going to be his wife because he's not looking for a wife. He has a sickness himself. He ain't looking for no wife. He's looking for victims. Victims. And that's what he's had in you for years. And like I said, for you to come on here and you even said you have a whole line of mental illness, you know this. So that means to tell me that you know enough to know that this ain't right and you know you have issues. So you have it in you to try to reach out and go get some help and talk to somebody. You do. You have so much more control than you think you don't have, but you do.
And you heard it here from the Who They Want Misfits.
I send my, I wish you the best. I really do. And I'm always going to keep you in my thoughts and stuff. And after going straight, no sex, no cooking, no wife, life stuff, turning my life over to God, disowned the church, therapy, mental hospital, moved on to another person and still not a wife. Honey, let me tell you something. There's so much more in this world of being a wife that can make you happy. And you got to try to find that. And just like Daddy said, before you can be happy being a wife, you got to be happy just having life, period. So, with that being said, I just send, I send you some. I'm trying, I just try to send you some encouragement, and you just hope that you find the strength to go sit down and talk to somebody. And you find the strength to walk away from the situation. I hear you. Maybe I'll never.
It's like, stop putting your focus
maybe I'll never
on
be
being
what?
a wife.
A wife.
Heal yourself first.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dig up
You gotta heal
those
yourself,
scars.
Mango.
Heal those emotional scars. At this point, you're an adult. Talk to your mother. Talk to your father. Be like, why did you beat me when I told you something was going on? Face those demons and heal that first. And
Right.
you'll be amazed what kind of things you start attracting in your life once you are the full person you deserve to be. And you're not this shell of a person that you have built up by being freaky. You have ruled your life by your body, life by what can I do for you to get something from you. But that's not all body.
And you gotta try to exactly. You gotta try to go out there and find something else that you know you're good at. Go to school. Go take some courses. You understand what I'm saying? Go enroll in school or something.
She got that on lock.
For school?
Yeah, Mango Oasis, man. She's the best at what she do with nail care, and she's getting into that type of business. But like, she's phenomenal at her job. Like, that one's definitely a strong point.
Well, you let me tell you something. You gotta love yourself first, because ain't nobody gonna love you first before you love you like you love yourself. You gotta love yourself first. you know, and try to find the strength to walk away from the situation and forget about old dude, because I'm at old pig, and that's what I'm gonna call him. He's a monster. He's disgusting. I don't, he's just really disgusts me. Oh, I hate any man that's like him. Yeah, you got.
Bear, you got your type of the night, huh? Business management
Yeah.
degree, licensed nail tech.
Yeah, kudos for the success you've made for yourself, for sure.
Right, and I hope that success flourish and just starts building to something big where you can just be like, okay, and start walking up all these steps and walk away from all that past and everything, and just give you something more to focus on. Think of it. Think of what you're doing now. What you're doing now is phenomenal. You're going to school. You're a nail technician. You got a talent. That's something to look up to. That's something to be proud of. Matter of fact, I mean, this person you looking a wife, he don't deserve you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you deserve better. I said that earlier. And then as far as your mom being deceased, I'm gonna touch on that because you did say that. Just because she's dead don't mean you can't not say what you have to say. Write it in a letter, put it on a balloon, and send it up. If it's bothering you and it's unsaid, write it and burn it. Shoot, I yell at spirits every day. So, I mean, there's still ways. If it's something that's weighing you down and it's on your chest and it needs to be said, you still can say that and let it go. Just because someone dead don't mean you can't say what you got to
Talk to
say.
them. I talk to my mother and my brother every day.
Go to her grave and say it if you got to. Put in a letter and bury it in the ground with her. Whatever it is that's gonna make you release that emotion and get that off your chest. Girl.
Amen.
If she hurt you, shit, you hurt me. You need to know it.
Yes.
I'm letting you know. I didn't have the strength to tell you then, but I'm telling you now. It's never too late.
That's good. Talk to her daily. Have those conversations, even if it's an argument. Have it.
What an incredible show this has turned out to be.
Yeah. I don't get me a drink. I get me a drink. I'm sitting over, my eyes flickering over in my little mini bar right now. I definitely gotta get me a drink after this one. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Have me a nice drink. Well, not drink. I'm not gonna hit no Jack or nothing like that. I'm not a Henny person. I'm gonna maybe have me some wine. I'm a wine person, but I definitely need something.
Right. So, Mango, I hope that we was able to give you some comfort, some understanding, and some support. As you know, you always get love from the Who They Want Misfits, and I just want people, the Mangos of the world that's in those same situations, to really, feel like it's time to heal and grow. It's time to bury that, like Dazzy said, bury it, burn it, balloon ride it off, whatever you got to do to find some healing. Let's please try to make that happen. You've tuned into the Who They Want podcast show with Lady Tasha, Mistress Dazzy, and of course, The Rock, Jay Tatted. So she said couple of drinks, sis, and that ain't half of it, but good show, Bear. I salute you. I appreciate the love. This has been Who They Want Topic Thursday.
Stay up, Mango. Stay up, Mango. Really.
You got this, girl. You deserve better. And I'm going to say this. Healing and forgiveness is not for them. Forgiveness is for you. Healing is for you. So sometimes you got to look at the person that hurt you the most and be like, you know what? I forgive you for you being twisted in what you did to me. And I forgive myself for allowing that to happen to me. That is going to set you free more than anything else in this world.
Sure is. There you go. Peace, everyone.
You dig? We'll be back for Fat Girl Freestyle Friday when Kimberly Denesse returns back to the set. And Kyle, you might as well get ready because you're coming back to the set tomorrow too. It's Friday and we're not having a dramatic show, but this one was beautiful.